Okay, let's have a look at these adjustable parts. So when we've got an adjustable part, we find a value, such as the length on here at 300, that we're going to go change. On the Tools tab, we can specify where this is going to adjust, and we've got two different options. This is what we're looking at here, just like a spring and allow. This, we can set this part, and this is going to be the default setting. We can swap it when we bring it in as well, so we don't have to be limited to that item. So if I go and bring these items in, so we've got a few different ways we can do this. So if we bring either of these in, spring or normal, if we define two faces and it's going to measure between those two faces, it's going to go to that length. And if we move the one part, the length with it set to either is going to move. Where it is slightly different is where we go and apply a distance. So if I come and do the normal one, so this is, I'm calling this normal, and we're going to go and put a distance in. So I'm going to go 200 mil is my variable. That's then going to allow me to constrain that to there. Let's just line that to the top just so it allows that to be fully constrained to that side. But then this will, as long as there isn't a relationship between these two, this will allow me to mate those two. Okay, and as I go and change this value on here, so if I go into this item and I go and change the value on here to, say, let's go 400. Once we've made that change, that's going to go and control that item. So let's do the same thing with the other one. So let's go bring the spring in. Here we've got our spring. We're going to go and put our value in, so let's go 300, just so this allows this to work. And let's go and constrain that side, and that side, and that side. And then let's also go and do a mate on this end to here. So notice we can't do that. So this is just like a spring, and it won't control the relationships. So that's the difference on there. If I go and change that to the other type, that will then allow us to make that change. So if I go and change that on there, that is going to allow that relationship to now take place. If we do either of them, the normal or the spring, and we measure it, they will work exactly the same. So if I go and measure between these two faces for this adjustable part, let's just try that again. I seem to have got a key point rather than a face. So we've got our measurement on there. The value seems to be totally random, so let's get that. There you go, 300. Okay, that's then that size, and that's going to allow me to apply those assembly relationships. And let's just pop that to the bottom face on there. And that is going to adjust as we go and make this change. So this one, we've actually swapped this one, haven't we? So even though it's called spring, we've swapped that to the other way around. So if I go and change that to 200, that's going to go and change that one, and that one's going to go and match. If we do have one set to a spring, so if I go and set this one to, let's do this one down the bottom. Let's do this one because it's actually a spring. And let's go and change that one back to being a spring like it should be, and set that to 150. What that's going to do, it's going to come up and say, well, we can't do that on a spring, we can't control it with a spring, so we need to suppress the relationships. So that's going to go and suppress those relationships. If I then go and find the one on that side and delete that one, and then update that, actually it's suppressed all of those relationships. So I'll need to go on there and unsuppress all of those, and that's going to go and fit that back to there. So spring cannot drive geometry, only the other option can, but if we're measuring between two faces, they work exactly the same. Hopefully that's useful. Any comments, please put in the comments section. Thank you.